So, good afternoon, everybody. I'm very happy to welcome beautiful Mariam Farag, who is the remarkable and empowering woman I know. I know you for quite some time, and you are such a beautiful heart, beautiful soul. And recently, I know you introduced your book called Humanize Your Brand. So, we're going to talk about it also later, and we'll talk about your journey today on the podcast. I just want to give you the floor. Please explain a little bit about your story, about yourself, and how do you feel today?
Well, thank you so much for having me. I'm a mother of two amazing boys, Sami and Saif. I'm a daughter, and I'm a woman, proudly a woman, a female. I'm originally Egyptian, and I came to the UAE. It's so hard to believe, but 20 years ago, almost 20 years ago. So I'm closing 20 years in December.
Oh my
Yes.
God!
20
Wow.
years
20
of this
years.
amazing place being my home.
Bravo.
It's where my kids were born and raised. It's where I found my true voice, and it's endless possibilities, Dubai, and the UAE in general. So I'm very blessed, to have had such a wonderful, wonderful journey. So that's a little bit about myself on a personal matter.
Okay, that's good. Thank you for sharing. So I'll start from my question. First would be you are very remarkable woman, and I know you for so long. How do you manage it at all?
Well, first of all, thank you so much. I'm so humbled. I'm just someone who's trying to get by, like all of us, with challenges and different experiences and ups and downs. So I'm definitely not bionic woman, although I try to make it seem like I am. Having said that, I don't balance it all. I don't have it all figured out. That's the whole point. So the beauty about life is that you reach a point, which I have reached about a few years back, of trying to just be in the moment, to stop trying to be perfect, because perfectionism was something that I suffered from for many, many years. And just to basically say, okay, you know what? I'm going to be in the moment right now. So I'm with you right now in this podcast. I try as much as I can not to think about anything else and to just to give this 100%. If I'm with my kids and my family and my friends, I try as much as I can. I say try because sometimes I fail, right? So it's I'm human. To be 150% there. At work, I do the same. If I'm working on a project or I'm in a meeting with my team, I try as much as I can to be 100% there. So it's really about juggling and about making sure that you do understand that nothing can be perfect. And sometimes you're going to drop the ball, and that's okay. So to answer your question, I don't have it all figured out. And that's the beauty about life and about my journey.
Beautiful, honestly. I want to ask when the life gets so overwhelming, how do you reset?
Yes, it's always so overwhelming, especially with social media and the whole busy digital world that we live in, and the streaming and and the news and everything that's happening in life overwhelms everybody, right? I try to reset by zoning out. So I have a few different pillars or different ways. One is praying. I go back to my faith, and that really resets my mind. It puts me in a meditation zone, and praying for me is of course faith. And it's something that I go by, and it's something that I believe in very much. But it also just calms me down. So that's one way of doing thing, to zoning out and to reset. Another is Pilates. Working out for me is actually resetting my mode. Another is taking a walk by the beach. The sea, the water, and luckily in Dubai we have that. We have access to the beach. A walk on the beach, it calms me down. Even sitting on the sand and digging my feet into the sand and just looking at the open sea, it gives me sort of serenity and just calmness. So it's not one thing that I try. It's several things. And last but not least is watching a sitcom. Kind of just makes me zone out, just escape into the story, have a little laugh. And that almost every time works. So these are my tools, and these are my tips on resetting.
Oh, it's beautiful, to be very honest, because it helps you to ground yourself and to helps you to calm down. To be very honest, right now, we are so busy, so stressed. We are rushing all the time. I feel sometimes that I have, like, the feeling of anxiety.
Yes,
Like I
yes.
can't get it done. Like,
Absolutely.
what do I do? I'm overwhelmed. And then I just need to exhale,
Just breathe.
inhale, just breathe. I love what you said about I'm 100% in the moment, and I give my 100% in that particular where I am, because this is so true. Just one thing at a time.
Yeah, absolutely. Don't overwhelm yourself. Like you said, you mentioned something extremely important that I find sometimes very helpful is breathing methods and breathing exercises. There are a few apps out there, for our listeners and our viewers. Check it out. Some of them are actually free. They're free of charge, and they help you breathe. So you do 5 minutes of breathing exercise at home, on your bed, on your sofa, alone. Just breathing. And this is the reason why I said Pilates, because Pilates and yoga, you breathe. It's all about inhaling and exhaling. So it's all about breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in and breathing out, believe it or not, calms you down.
Yeah.
So that's why when people tell you, or even toddlers when they're having a fit, you look them in the eye calmly and you say, breathe. Count from 1 to 10. So all of these methods, and definitely on top of that list is praying. I mean, praying, speaking to God, whatever you believe in, just going back to your faith, it grounds you. It grounds you a whole lot.
My next question is very exciting. For everyone who is watching you out there and thinking, I want to be like her, what advice would you give?
Don't be like me. Be you. That's the whole point, is be you. Because, just be authentic. Reach out within your soul and try to understand, who are you. A lot of us pass by life without truly knowing who we are. I have an interesting story for you, very short but meaningful and aligned with your question. I was suffering from anxiety and a little bit of panic attacks during COVID. And that left me for different reasons. I had personal matters going along, and I think the whole world was suffering from panic and anxiety attacks during COVID, because of the lockdown, because of the uncertainties of the pandemic, etc. Luckily, we're out of that now, and inshallah, no more. But because I was, for personal circumstances, I was left most of the time alone. I felt alone. And that feeling of being alone gave me the fear of staying alone with myself and my thoughts. So I would be scared to, for many years, post 2020, to stay home alone. So I would try to leave the house, go for a walk, even go for a coffee alone, no problem. But at least I'm surrounded by people. Go to the mall, walk around, sitting at a cafe, sitting at a restaurant, even just window shopping. Having the surrounding of other people comforted me. I realized recently, going through different therapy methods, is that I was afraid of being alone because I didn't want to face my thoughts. And I didn't want to face who I really am and what my fears are, and what might be my traumas, etc. So once you learn to live with yourself, once you learn to get to know yourself, you'll be extremely comfortable living and being alone with your thoughts. So in fact, knowing yourself so well and loving yourself so well is a blessing. So, and going back to your question, knowing yourself, loving yourself, being your true self is the best version that you can be. So to all the listeners and all the viewers out there, and especially women who are trying to make it, women who are facing problems at work, problems at home, problems in general, we suffer being female in the workspace.
Of course.
Don't be like Mariam. Don't be like X or Y. Try to understand what are your strengths, and even more, what are your weaknesses, and deal with them, and just try to be the best you can be every single day. So that's my answer, really, is find your true self, find your why, find who you really are, and love it. Give it a hug, pat it on the back, because we forget to do that for ourselves. And it actually bites along the years. It comes back to haunt you. So recently, I've started to enjoy my own company instead of fearing to be alone. I've helped myself, and with the help of others as well, because we always need the support, is that I got to know Mariam again, the real Mariam.
Yes.
And I've dealt with my insecurities and my anxiety of being alone by saying, you know what, it's okay to be alone, because you're with you. You are you. You are your best friend. So you need to be comfortable with your best friend. You need to love your best friend. You need to be friends with your best friend.
Yes.
Otherwise, you'll resent that person looking in the mirror. So that's really, I know it was a long answer, but it's so important nowadays to love ourselves.
Your answer was very powerful, because I know a lot of people are afraid to study themselves from inside and to point out about their negative or insecurities, and they don't want to look at it. They're like putting it in the box. Let me just put it there, put it in the corner. I don't want to deal with it.
Yeah.
I better look at beautiful picture of a Photoshop of someone in social media,
Yes.
and I'm gonna follow that.
Absolutely.
And then you look at those girls and you feel like, not really. That's not what I want to be. I want to be different. I want to have a voice. I want to say what I think. And I want to stand up for myself and talk the way I am, not the way somebody said,
Absolutely.
the way somebody told me.
Just to be you, and to love you the way you are.
Yeah.
The overweight you, the skinny you, the fragile you, everything about you. And you mentioned something so important, is that we don't want to face our flaws. Well, we're not perfect. We can't be perfect.
Yeah.
Perfection doesn't exist. So today I might have a really great hair day. Tomorrow I might have a really bad hair day. And that's okay.
And you can accept that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And you know what? I haven't, again, like I said, I don't have it all figured out. Like sometimes I'm like, I look myself in the mirror and I'm like, Mariam, come on. Can you lose those 4 or 5 kgs that you took on the last 3 to 4 years? But you know what I realized as well is that instead of tormenting myself about those extra couple of kgs, I'm starting to think, let me just embrace the new me for now, you know? And if the dress that I really loved doesn't fit anymore, or it fits barely, well, guess what? I'm just going to go and buy a new dress. because that's the new me now. That's me in the 40s.
Mhm.
Or the 50s or the 60s.
Yeah.
It's me then was great. But me now is the new updated version. It's like the new software.
Yeah.
And we just want to love it, right? So that's it. Love yourself for who you are. Social media drives you nuts.
Oh my
It
God.
drives you crazy.
Yeah.
What's happening? Like, honestly, what is going on? Instead of using social media to spread happiness, inspiration, knowledge,
Yes.
the voices, we are starting to hate ourselves because we look at other people and we say, oh my God, she has the perfect look or the perfect body or the perfect story or the perfect house. And guess what? 90% of the time, it's not even true. It's staged. It's scripted.
Of course. It's
So, yeah.
photoshopped, it's AI, I don't know what, and it's not real. And what a disappointed person it is when you meet that person from the screen in the real life and it's not the same. And I'm looking like,
Yeah,
come
the
on.
skin is full of flaws. It's
full of
not
flaws.
flawless.
It's not real.
The personality is not that pleasant. It's not even real. And you're like, oh, okay, so I'm not so bad after all. So we just need to stop comparing ourselves to whatever we see on the internet, wherever we see on social media, and just really stay true to what we have at home, which is us.
Exactly. And what you correctly said about feeling good about yourself and love yourself, even when you have a little bit extra or not a good hair day, is all connected to your energy. And when you love yourself, your energy is different, right? It's more positive. You radiate. You radiate those, I don't know how I can explain the sparkle.
Absolutely. You would be surprised how many times I went to the gym, no makeup, zero makeup. I don't go to work out or to the classes with any makeup on. Some people like to put mascara a little bit. That's good for them. Whatever works for you, whatever makes you happy.
Exactly.
I go zero makeup, just moisturizer. If I am having a good start of the day and I'm happy internally, mentally happy and at peace, I kid you not, some people would stop me, people that I know, and be like, oh my God, Mariam, you look really fresh today. Zero makeup. So you're spot on because your energy is being reflected on your skin. So you radiate happiness. Your eyes sparkle because you are literally mentally at peace within.
Yeah.
But how many times when I was in a very bad place, had good makeup on, was dressed nicely, my eyes were extremely sad.
Yeah.
And it showed.
That there is no glow, there is no sparkle, and that's what it is. And that's what makes you you. Your energy, your sparkle, your beauty within. That's what I said when I started introducing you, because I know you have a very big heart and you are beautiful inside and outside. And look at your eyes, how sparkling you are.
Thank you. Heart is everything.
Yeah,
Heart is everything.
it is true. I wanted to ask you, what do you think about leadership? Is there a leadership in a woman way, or is just about leading in your own way? How do you feel about that?
Look, honestly, leadership, I don't believe that leadership is gender-based. Leadership is depending on your style. So what we call in the corporate world is that every leader has their own style. How do you figure that out? I believe it's aligned with your character, your personality, but also your values and your principles. So, for example, I would want to assume that this is how others see me as a leader, is that I am approachable. I'm an approachable leader. I like to lead with empathy. I like to lead with purpose, authentic leadership. So some others may say, oh no, I need to be feared as a leader, the Machiavellian way, to be feared and not loved. Others believe that not always having an open door policy is it gives sort of like this superior leadership. To me, I believe that women, the only thing that I'm going to say about gender-based leadership is that I believe that sometimes, not all the time, because you'll be surprised, sometimes women bring empathy and bring warmth to leadership. Other times they bring toxicity and drama, to be honest. I've had some great women leaders in my life, women managers. I was reporting into them. And I've had a few who were extremely toxic, insecure, and it was sad because when to see a female fighting a female instead of empowering her, you're actually jealous of her. And it just creates this whole toxic drama instead of actually having female power, empowering each other. So going back to your question, leadership is different styles. And it's what shapes an organization, an entity, and a team. So a good leader can go miles with the results, and the team would be flying, wanting to work 24/7, 7 days a week, 365 days a year, happily with a smile on their face, even on the weekend. And a bad leader would cause domino theory resignations. So it's when you're picking leaders or when you're hiring seniors as an organization, as HR, really try to get to know that person, because a leader can actually make you make it or break it, sort of thing.
Yeah. Interesting point of view. And I agree with you. Sometimes there might be empowerment within the team when you have lots of females, and sometimes it can be very negative.
Absolutely. I mean, let's face it, 50% of the time, resignations come because you have a bad manager.
Yeah.
Not because you have a bad company. You might have the greatest culture on earth, but if you have someone that is always at your case, on your back, micromanaging you, making you feel like you really hate coming to work, eventually you're going to lose that talent.
Yeah.
So it's, it goes both ways, great culture, but also great leaders.
Yes. Right? The right leaders.
Absolutely.
How do you handle doubts or criticism?
Look, I've come a long way. I've come a long way.
Yeah.
Honestly, at the beginning, starting my career, I was emotional about criticism, especially when I felt like it was unfair, destructive criticism, if you want, subjective criticism, not necessarily objective. So I used to not necessarily lash out, but I used to be very impulsive in my reactions, and I wouldn't really acknowledge. So it ended up that most of the time I'm not evolving, I'm not growing. After years passed, and with experience comes wisdom, right? And with age comes wisdom. You calm yourself down, and you kind of start looking yourself in the mirror and saying, okay, first of all, did that person mean to give me constructive criticism or destructive? Is it actually objective or subjective comments? Believe it or not, even if it's subjective, I try as much as I can. And I say try because sometimes it doesn't work. To sit down with myself and reflect and say, okay, Mariam, you really have to be honest with yourself, because if you're not honest, you're not going to evolve. You're not going to grow. You're not going to improve. And how can I tell my children, an 18-year-old, a 15-year-old, to get better and to face their mistakes and evolve and improve their character and their personalities, etc., if I'm not doing it myself? So I started very recently, a few years back, to take criticism as an opportunity to get better and to update. Like we said at the beginning, you're updating your software, like
Yeah.
when your phone updates overnight. It's a way of getting better. It's a way of learning. And you know what?
Mm-hmm.
There is nothing wrong, absolutely nothing wrong with saying,
Mm-hmm.
I acknowledge I was wrong.
Mm-hmm.
I am going to try to make things better next time. Sit down with yourself and say, okay, what did I do that was not necessarily positive in this situation?
Mm-hmm.
And how can I make it better? And it could be at home, it could be at work, it could be with friends. And when you reach that point, honestly, you rise above so many unnecessary drama in your life.
Mm-hmm.
And you start to take things objectively and not personally. I used to take things personally.
Mm-hmm.
And then when I reached that stage, I realized that what the person told me today, it's not about me. It's about them. It's not reflecting on me. It's reflecting on them. So if it's subjective criticism, I'm like, you know what? I might give them the benefit of the doubt. They might be having a bad day. So I kind of turn it around and say, okay, are you okay today? Do you want to talk?
Mm-hmm.
You'd be surprised. Most of the time, they actually would say, yes, I'm having a bad day.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I lashed on you today.
Mm-hmm.
And if it's not that, what's the worst that could happen? You actually improved on your character, your personality, and yourself.
Yeah.
So you became the updated version or the updated software of yourself, which is brilliant, right?
Yeah. Which is better for
Which
you.
is much better. You're competing with yourself. Today, Mariam is competing with Mariam yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
And tomorrow I want to be better than today. And that's what I tell my kids. That's what I tell my boys. Try to look yourself in the mirror, be
Mm-hmm.
true to yourself, compete with your own self,
Mm-hmm.
and forget the noise. Just take out the noise. So that's how I deal with criticism, honestly. And I wish that people would understand that we have to learn until we die. Every single day is an opportunity for us to learn to be better,
Mm-hmm.
and evolve. And honestly speaking, with AI taking over, we might as well, because goodness, we don't want to be obsolete in the next 10 years, right? As human beings.
Yeah. We have to evolve. We have to
Absolutely.
work on ourselves, learn. But what I love, what you said, is that you need to compare yourself with who you were yesterday and try to become better with who you are tomorrow. This is priceless. What you just said is like $1 million answer, to be very honest. And these people don't teach that usually. You cannot learn this at the university. This is a lifetime experience.
Look, honestly, it's lifetime experience, and it's a lot of ups and downs,
Yeah.
and a lot of relationships that were lost along the way.
Mm-hmm.
And if you want to be a better person, a better friend, a better wife, a better mother, a better human being,
Yeah.
you need to face yourself. And if you're going to be stubborn and say, I'm perfect, I'm never wrong, then you're going to wind up alone, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
Not taking accountability for your mistakes is the worst mistake you could ever make. Not taking accountability. How can I teach my children to take accountability and responsibility for their actions when I myself think I'm perfect?
Yeah.
I don't make any mistakes. I am great. I can't. And honestly, I'm not. I make mistakes. And the best way is to say, I acknowledge my mistake. I am sorry. I do apologize. Something interesting, not to deviate from the subject, but something interesting. A lot of people feel too proud to say, I'm sorry. And guess what? Those three words could make a whole lot difference in a situation. that just acknowledge and say, I do apologize. I hurt your feelings, or I do apologize. I did this or I did that. Next time, I'll try to do better. That's it.
It's just
Finished.
shift of energy, shift of feelings, and then
Absolutely. Just acknowledge that you were wrong. Be accountable. Take
so
accountability.
simple. Yeah, it's so simple, but it is so hard for some people to just say, I'm sorry.
And especially leaders that have egos.
Yes. Leaders that have egos. Coming back to the leadership question, what are the challenges you face in the leadership and how did you overcome those?
A lot of challenges, in fact. I would say with my management and with my team. Some of the challenges is that I'm a very kind-hearted person. I'm kind. My heart softens, especially with situations where you have a human-centric challenge. So if someone has a problem at home or a problem in general, a challenge with their life, I can't be too hard on that person. I find that very challenging for me. So sometimes my challenge is that I need to make the right business decision and perhaps let that person go because they're harming my results as a leader. And they're harming the department, not in a financially negative way or in a legal way, but in delivering on time or not meeting deadlines or really not taking the share fairly from other teammates. But if that person is suffering from a personal issue, I can't. And that human side of me and that soft heart comes and says, Mariam, you can't. You need to give that person a break. And guess what? I don't feel bad by doing that. That's just who I am as a leader. While other leaders may say business is business, I can't. I try as much as I can to help that person persevere and help them become the best person that they can be and empower them in a way that they can actually be successful at work. So that's one of the challenges that to comment on that, my other challenge with my managers is that they don't have that. The empathy. So what I like to call the soft heart is actually empathetic leadership, which 80% of leaders lack. They don't want to see your personal issues.
Yeah.
They don't want to know what you have as challenges in your life. They don't even want to know you as a person. They just want to see the results. So they focus on the business KPIs.
Yeah.
The B to B, the business to business.
Yeah.
But they forget that there is the H to H, which is the human to human. And that's what makes an empathetic leader or not, honestly. And I believe empathetic leadership wins every single time. Because if you are going through a business problem, a financial problem, how do you retain your team? By showing them first, by paying it forward, that you are a great, empathetic, and good human being and a great leader. So they stick by you when business is not doing well. We've seen that in 2020, by the way. A lot of businesses and a lot of companies were cutting the salaries in half.
Yeah. Terminating people.
Terminating people.
Yeah.
The staff stuck with companies that had great leadership and great culture. While others that didn't, employees don't stay long. There's a big turnover. So that's why there's a huge debate now about approachable leadership, leadership with a purpose, or empathetic leadership, like I like to say. And there's a huge other debate on culture within an organization. And if you notice, fresh graduates now look at culture as the number one indicator when they are looking for a job in an employer. What's the culture? So if you go to Glassdoor and Indeed, platforms that talk about that review organizations, companies, employers, etc., you would find culture is the number one debate, not salary. So it's not the money.
It's in the environment.
It's the environment.
Yes.
That will make you wanna wake up in the morning and say, yay, it's another great place. It's another great day. I'm going to work. I am going to an office or a company that is a great place to work versus I hate my life. I can't believe I'm going to that place again. You know what I mean?
I know what you mean. And I can relate to that because I'm also about environment at work, and I create an environment where I am beautiful and warm and pleasant for me to work, because I don't want to go to an environment where I feel like cringed. I don't like that.
Absolutely.
I want nice people by my side. I want the light music. I want my coffee just the way I want it. I want to have a communication, some creative discussion, brainstorming. I like that.
Look, honestly, we spend most of our time at work.
At work.
Right? With the people that we work with our team, with our managers. We might as well spend it in a happy place.
Of course.
I don't want to be in a culture where everyone is cutthroat. People are backstabbing each other. I have a team that doesn't, that is not loyal to me. I'm a leader that doesn't give trust to the team and don't empower them. Micromanagement, toxicity. Excuse me. Life is too short for any of that.
Of course.
And not a million dirhams in the world or $1 million, or not an amount in the world that will compensate my peace of mind.
Yeah, because stress is building all your diseases in your body.
Thank you very much.
That's what it is resulting. No matter how much you get for those stressful situations, it will never pay you off when you want to go and treat your health, treat your mental issues, when you have all this stress coming and coming again.
Yeah. You'll take the money from here, the high salary from here, and put it in therapy.
Exactly.
Great. We keep hearing about these young people in their 20s, 30s, and 40s who are having heart attacks or even dead in their sleep. And it's because it goes back to an enormous amount of stress, be it studying in university or at work. I don't know about you, but no. I mean, the paycheck, a high paycheck as a price to pay by losing your life or your health or leaving your children orphaned, it's not worth it.
It's not worth it. It's better to create good environment, positive environment, and your environment. Shape it the way you want, to find the people who will agree to work the way you feel it's right.
And to be honest, business leaders, they need to understand that creating a great culture makes good business sense. And I'll tell you why. If I'm happy going to work, I will want to go at 7 a.m. because I can't wait to go to work. I can't wait to be in that place. I can't wait to see my colleagues, my managers, my team, etc. Right? And I will want to stay long. I will want to overachieve. I will want to I will want to over and above deliver my results. So it's productive to make it a happy place. Look at Google, for example, when all of these, Google provides you with everything.
Incredible office.
Right?
They mind-blowing office. Right.
So you want to stay there. You have everything. You have the candy, you have the coffee, you have the food, you have the
The bag to
the
sit
bean bags, the
on, yeah.
everything. So they provide you with everything to make you so comfortable and so free that you would wanna work and be productive. Any culture like that is a good, makes good business sense. And anyone out there thinking that having to control their people with log in and out, not giving them enough trust, enough space to be who they are, not giving them enough empowerment or a happy setup or environment is gonna make them want to work harder. Well, guess what? Eventually, it's gonna make you want to run out of that door
Yeah.
and be like, thank you very much. It's been great, but this doesn't work for me and it doesn't align with my values and it doesn't align with the way I want to run my life. Honestly.
Yeah, this is very true. I want to touch base on your book, Humanize Your Brand,
Yes.
right? What inspired you to write this book?
Everything that we've been talking about. So it's I've been working since I've been in the workspace for 25 years now, right? I was working since I was 14 selling timeshare, but that's because I wanted to have a productive summer and not really sit on the couch and do nothing for 3 months. But since I've started working professionally for 25 years, I've seen so many things. I've learned so many things. And the one thing that I've realized the last decade, since the digital era has taken over heavily, is that brands and people have lost the human touch, that heart within, that what I like to call, and for the new generation, they might not understand this analogy, the hallmark moment. So for people who don't understand what Hallmark is, it used to be a store where you go in and buy your perfect card and send it to your friend or give it to your loved one or your mother or whoever, and it would actually describe everything that you're feeling in a card. Nowadays we lost that. People don't write to each other anymore. They text and WhatsApp, and most of the time it's letters. Like sometimes I ask my kids, what does that even mean? And they're like, it means I'll be right back or laugh out loud or whatever. So brands have lost the human touch. People have even lost it. We were talking earlier about filters and photoshops. We are literally losing ourselves. And with the digital era taking over, and in a very busy social media landscape, we are a drop in the ocean. So how can brands stand out, start resetting themselves, and how can people start resetting themselves to be more authentic and to be more real? This is where Humanize Your Brand enters. So what inspired me is what we talked about earlier, which is the H to H, the human to human. I've realized that I was very, very lucky to work with amazing brands before, where we have created amazing and authentic and real stories. We've created content that told the human side of brands. And one day I was like, in 2021, I said, oh, but if I can help one or two organizations, I can help so many others. Maybe I should write a book. And this is where Humanize Your Brand came, is that I wanted to put it in a consolidated playbook where everyone can have access to authenticity, communication with purpose, and branding with a human-centric touch. So that's where I got inspired.
Beautiful. What is the Humanize Your Brand mean in just a short explanation?
It's basically a guideline. It's made up, the book is made up of 12 chapters.
Okay.
It talks about me as a person starting in the professional world. Most of the time, I was misjudged by appearance, and I was taken for granted. Um, and I was not taken seriously sometimes. You know, when you look a certain way, or you like to look good and you dress nicely and so on, at that time people thought that it would mean that you are not smart enough, that you are an airhead, let's say. So misjudged and undervalued is where the story begins. So the first few chapters, I explain why appearance sometimes it gives a certain impression that is not true. And this is where we need to break it down and say, don't judge a book by its cover, basically.
Yeah.
But in a nutshell, it's 12 chapters. It's a playbook. It's a guideline for entities, organizations, and people who want to create authentic storytelling, who want to create real brands with a human-centric touch. So refocus your marketing, your branding, and your communication to give it a purpose, to give it a why, and to give it a heart, to put the heart back into branding and to put the heart back into communication. In order to stand out in a very busy digital world.
What is the most powerful story you shared in the book?
Honestly, the most powerful story, to me, it might not be to others, but I believe the biggest brand story that I've seen in the last 20 years is Dubai. Dubai on its own is a brand.
Is a brand, yes. And how did they market it? How did they make people to come in here?
It's absolutely phenomenal. I landed here in 2006, and I am extremely proud and feel so blessed to be part of the story. Just a drop in the ocean.
Yeah.
But I've seen it all. And His Highness, Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum, has really created the brand that is Dubai today. And you look at Dubai, and obviously the entire UAE is just something else. The vision of the leaders and how they turn things around so fast is so inspiring to so many people now and so many countries and leaders. But I want to zoom back onto Dubai, because Dubai knew that it didn't have the resources that other countries had or other emirates had. They had to create their own story. And this is where the brand Dubai came in. So it evolved from a city to an entire international brand with vision, with credibility, with technology, with development, with humanity. I mean, the country, or Dubai, has not only evolved over the years, in 20 years, in technology or financially or on a socio-development or socio-economic platform, but also has evolved even on the way they do philanthropy. The way they do charity, the way they conduct how humans matter. I mean, we live in the safest country in the world. In 2020, countries were looking at the UAE and the way they managed flawlessly the pandemic.
Mm-hmm.
So the most powerful brand story in the book is Dubai,
Yeah.
because it's not only evolved with the tallest tower or the longest bridge or the biggest mall or the cleanest roads or the most organized government entities, etc. It has put the human in the story, in the heart of the story, which is giving the best life to human beings and allowing them to make a good life and be part of this dream land that is Dubai.
I want to ask for your beautiful signature for my book. I bought the book, I purchased it, and I can't wait to read it. So if you can please sign for me for the personal use. So I want to ask you after that a small review. How do you feel about the podcast? How do you find it? Do you like it? Just a short review. That would be very, very important for me.
Of course, it would be my pleasure.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. I was really, really happy and inspired to join the podcast today, Moments with Anastasiia. And the reason why, it's because I felt at home. I felt extremely comfortable, relaxed, and authentic. I felt real. It brought out the real in me. So thank you so much for hosting me. And I can't wait to see the other episodes coming with amazing other speakers and guests as well. And yeah, good luck.
Mariam, thank you so much for joining me today. And it was very valuable, very important to hear your voice. And your voice really make a difference. It makes an impact for everyone out there. And I really want to create a space where people can connect. People can learn something. People can watch inspiring business owners, entrepreneurs, and learn from them, get motivated. And I feel that this is very important in the new digital era because, to be very honest, everywhere else is just feel like copy paste. So I want to make it authentic. I want to make it unique, different. And that's why I created the show to bring such a beautiful speakers like you and to listen your opinion, your advices. And it's really wow. It was beautiful for me, and I've learned so many things today from you. Thank you very much.
Thank you for having me. Thank you for having me.
Thank you
It's been
so much
wonderful.
for coming. Thank you so much for being here. And I want to say that, dear listeners, please subscribe to my channel. Please share and like and comment the videos. Thank you very much. Thank you.